stage 1, really straightforward. You're gonna want to keep moving constantly, but there's gonna be a lot of foot soldiers running from both sides of the screen, constantly trying to kill you. And one of the main differences inside hard mode is that the bullets are like twice as fast, so you're constantly in danger throughout the run, or specifically the stage. So you're gonna want to start off with double spread, because you don't get seized till later on inside the stage. But spread is actually the strongest, well, second strongest weapon in the game if you're up close. Next weapon would be laser, but it just depends on range. But you're gonna want to get spread. It really helps out with the stage. So okay, FCJ is taking the tank. Well, they're both taking the tank. Seems like, but it's a little bit slower, but it's a lot safer. You don't have to worry about, you know, enemies running into you or crazy things like that happening. So one of the things here that's going on is screen scrolling. So basically, at points during the stage, there will be, the screen will try to lock position on you. But if you're ahead on the screen while the screen wants you to start scrolling it, it's constantly catching up to you, which allows you to maneuver past certain obstacles that you're not supposed to. As you can see coming up in this next section, this fire section, there's going to be fire pillars that are going to be constantly going up and down. But if you're ahead of the screen, you're allowed to bypass that, because the screen, it's supposed to be fixated on you. It's not supposed to be trying to catch up to you. Alright, so this part of the volcano is just a constant flow of RNG orbs, and if we use a bomb there, we can pretty much bypass the RNG. Alright, so they're exiting the lava section. And coming up is the first boss of the game. So this boss has a larger amount of health on hard mode. Oh, Drifter going for point blank. Oh, okay, he remembered that it's hard mode. So you don't want to go point blank on the turtle in hard mode. There's just a higher chance of him killing you. So you want to keep distance. Oh, looks like FCJ got a pretty inspired. Drifter not so lucky on that department. The turtle wanted to eat his bullets. Alright. A bit of a time loss there on Drifter's end, but that's not too bad. Alright, so FCJ going into stage 2. So the main thing they're going to be doing inside stage 2 is constantly moving at angles. Because for whatever reason, if you move at angles, you move twice as fast, allowing you to bypass those things on the ground, like the cracked ground. Ooh, unfortunate death for FCJ. So in order to get to the boss, you have to kill all of these pods, and each one has different patterns depending on their location. There's 2 sets of patterns that they could do depending on where they're at, but it shouldn't be much of an issue. Alright, FCJ going for a quick kill using a bomb. Barely getting it, nice. You can still get the quick kill with spread and crush, but it's a little bit harder because lag doesn't slow him down, which allows you to maneuver and follow his weak spot. But Drifter catching up because he had double C. Alright, stage 3. Another pretty straightforward stage, although there is an auto-scrolling section inside the stage. FCJ will be able to get another seed right after the first mini-boss. But laser will do. Although I think spread might have been a little bit of a better choice since you're kind of up close to the mini-boss's eye. Well, let's see if we can get the quick kill. Might have to use a bomb. No quick kill. Maybe there will time loss. Let's see if Drifter can land it. Nah. It's a lot harder to get on hard mode considering he has more health. You could use a bomb, but that causes like 3 seconds of lag. So we're about tied now. So now it's the auto score section. There's this wall climber that we call it. If you constantly follow his top leg after he extends it, you won't be able to get hit by the missiles. They pretty much try to predict where you're going. It's very rare that they actually shoot directly onto you. So yeah, if you constantly keep falling to the top leg, they won't touch you. And that goes across for all difficulties. So coming up is the actual boss phase, like the actual fight. So what he tries to do is try to follow your every movement. So what you gotta do is kind of like kite him into like doing this circular motion, and that's where you get your big damage in. And both of them got a really good pattern because he can constantly like his eyes doesn't open until he like fully charges. Wow, sick dodges by Drifter. So he can like kind of like juke you out by like faking that he's gonna strike, but he doesn't. So he could be a really big time loss. So coming up is the UFO, and he's dead. There's nothing else to explain with that boss fight. It's just a really quick thing, and it's like the same. Like nothing changes between difficulties. It's just the same health, same concept. Coming up is the climb. It can be a little bit scary to do this because those things shoot really fast. The turrets on the wall. So you have to constantly keep jumping, keep moving. You can't stop, or else you're gonna get shot. All right, next is the twins, which we call them. Their pattern is sped up quite a bit, so they're constantly jumping around. I don't think their health is increased on hard, but their pattern is, especially with the stage 4 boss, or the stage 3 boss, my bad. He still can die within like the same amount of time. It's just that if you let him do his thing, his pattern is much quicker. But we don't have to worry about that. They both got double C, and he's dead. Good fight. This is getting really close. If there's a stage to separate the time, it's definitely stage 4. There's a lot of RNG and execution inside stage 4. Considering it's kind of like an auto-scroller, so you pretty much have to rely on the RNG of the boss fights. Alright, so this first section, there's just these guys that constantly throw bombs or shoot from their vehicles. If they're tilted forward, they shoot. If they're completely horizontal, they just throw bombs, and that allows you to dodge them pretty easily. Alright, so the first mini-boss coming up is the tank, and yeah, it speaks for itself. He's not really much of an issue. There's no RNG with him. The only RNG is like the enemy spawns on top. Drifter playing it safe. So one difference inside stage 4 in hard mode is that these lasers, they can't be destroyed. I mean, they can, but they have like a ridiculous amount of HP. So you can't even realistically kill them in time, so we're gonna have to dodge them. So as you can see, if we stay to the right, we completely dodge this snake thing. And wow, FCJ got a really good pattern on the acrobat. So you gotta shoot the one black enemy. He's the one that actually is the one you have to kill. But there's the red ones jumping at you and whatnot, and he can constantly change the speed of how he jumps between each location. So they both got a really good pattern, because he can really troll you and cause a lot of time loss. Alright, next is the skater. Not much, I don't think there's any RNG with him. It pretty much just relies on execution if you get the quick kill. Both of them got a pretty decent kill. So they both have double C going into the boss, so that's good. So this next mini boss is the ninja. He dies before he can even do anything. if you're in the right location and shoot to the bottom left. But it doesn't matter how quick you kill him, as long as you kill him before the helicopter reaches the peak of its height, then you don't lose any time. Alright, so everyone's like probably the most iconic boss inside this game, the airship. So what you're gonna have to do is shoot both of its turrets or barriers before you're able to damage it, while having to constantly jump between the missiles. And on hard mode, the missile pattern is much quicker. So it makes it for a very stressful boss fight, especially trying to get a quick kill. Drifter's kind of got screwed over by the missile pattern. But there's still time to catch up. Alright, so coming up stage 5, the second and last top-down stage. Same concept, you have to destroy all the bunkers or pods, whatever you want to call them, in order to get to the boss. But there's a lot of enemies inside the stage, and a lot of tricky maneuvering between obstacles that makes it really hard to get a fast time on this place. Especially with the sand on the ground, the pattern of the sand is like sped up. So in this part that FCJ is on, the swirly sand, you have to double tap the shoulder buttons depending on the direction to counteract the speed of it, which can make it really stressful. And that same concept applies for the stage 5 boss. So this is, in all difficulties except hard mode, it's like the hardest or the easiest boss, but in hard mode it becomes the most trolly. Because while you're trying to shoot him, the sand is constantly making you spin super fast, so you have to double tap to counter the sand to get a good shot on the eye. But there's also fire coming out, and there's the weird snake arm thing that tries to kill you. So it can be really bad, but it looks like both of them got really good patterns, so that's good. Alright, stage 6. Pretty much a giant boss rush. So coming up is the first mini-boss, not much to him, but it's the section after him that we have to worry about. So we call this section the Gauntlet, because basically there's foot soldiers running and jumping at you while there's these mouths making orbs that chase you. So you have to keep on moving, but there's a lot of things that get in your way. Safety bomb, that's a good idea. Alright, so next is the heart. Not too difficult, you just have to worry about the face huggers that fall from the sky. FCJ killed it really quickly. Coming up next is the Super C boss, the final boss from Super C, if you played that game. Not much here. He charges at you first, but you can quickly dodge it, and you can kill him before he even does anything. You just have to worry about the orbs that he drops from the sky, but even if you do die at this section, there's a C coming up right after, so it's not much of an issue. Alright, we got the Gargoyle, or Ridley, whatever you want to call him. He's pretty straightforward, like the other difficulties, except he has like a slight bit more health. 2 pattern, that's good. I mean, that's about the best you can ask for on hard mode. Alright, so here is the final boss. So what we want to do is destroy the left arm first, so that this one constantly tries to grab at you. So if you destroy both arms, the queen constantly spawns enemies that try to kill you and whatnot, and it becomes really hard to get his weak spot, or her weak spot. So you have to shoot around the eyes and hit the brain section, and both of them did a pretty good job on that. But here comes the roulette. So the ideal pattern you want to get is, I believe, 3 red orbs and 1 stone orb. So you can kill it in 4 cycles. But it's kind of hard to aim at it because the boss constantly switches the speed of it and like tries to troll you. So it's kind of hard to get that perfect pattern, but I guess both of them are really trying for it. Although FCJ, here's the big X factor. Drifter has more bombs than FCJ, which allows him to shoot the red orbs around them or destroy them much quicker, so he can get more damage on them quicker. Whereas FCJ has to shoot the orbs manually, which blocks a lot of the damage. So FCJ might have to do an extra cycle, but Drifter gets the this orb. I don't think we have a specific name for it. We can't agree on one. Ooh, snake orb for FCJ. I hope he knows how to dodge it. You can't get a lot of damage on the brain during the snake orb because you were worried about having to dodge it. Alright, so this is a stone orb that Drifter has. So you can lie down between orbs because when you lie down, your hitbox is essentially just your elbow. So it allows you to sneak between the orbs and get a lot of damage on the brain. And I believe Drifter got a 4 cycle. Wow, this is really close. So this is all coming down to the armor brain RNG. So what you want the armor brain to do is just constantly charge at you. You don't want him to swipe, because if he swipes, that's a giant time loss and it's really risky. Wow, this is a really tight race. Who's gonna get the good pattern? Drifter will be FCJ. Drifter gets a good pattern. FCJ also gets a good pattern, but Drifter is slightly taking it. Wow, what a nail biter of a race. That's as good as it gets. The experience for Drifter pays off. 15:06. Wow, GG to both of them. That was a really good race. You can't ask for a better race than that. And it's pretty crazy to believe that FCJ has only been running this game for 2 months, and he is very close to world record on hard mode. Actually beating Drifter's time. So definitely shoutouts to FCJ. Well, congrats to Drifter. He really clutched it out there. That was an awesome race. FCJ played it safe, but the lack of bombs really slowed him down. Then the snake orb happened, and that doesn't help either. Stuff.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How's it going?
That was a great race.
I know. I opened up the stream after, and I saw that it was so close. I was blown away. I figured one of us was way ahead.
I believe that you guys were like 2 seconds apart, around there.
Wow.
That darn snake orb got me.
Dang.
At least I got to show it off.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't watching the stream at all until I...
Good thing, dude.
Yeah.
I would have choked sooner if I was watching.
Yeah, I probably would have too. I didn't know we were like pretty much right on top of each other.
Congrats on the win, Drifter, man. That was good. That was a good
frame
run.
perfect win. I'll take it. Yeah, GG. Thanks for having us do the run. It was a good time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so the world record for this game, I don't know if Punch already told you, but I believe it's 14:19 by Mr. K. FCJ's got 2nd place, I got 3rd place. Yeah,
and he's only been running the game for like 2+ months, around there?
I've probably been running the game for about 4 or 5 months, but yeah, I'm gunning for it, yeah.
It sounds cooler if it was 2 months.
I should just lie. Like, I picked up this game earlier today.
This is my first time playing, actually. But yeah, it's a fun game. Takes a little bit to learn, but definitely, satisfying to get a good time in.
Yeah, sort of an RNG fest, but once you get a good run, there's no other feeling.
Yeah, it's very satisfying, for sure. Considering the amount of rage and salt you're gonna get with this game, but
yeah,
it's nice to complete the game at a fast time. It's very satisfying.
Yeah.
So how was your run, Drifter? What were your big mistakes? I wasn't watching your stream.
My big mistakes.
Did you have any? It was a pretty good run.
He got really bad RNG on stage 1 boss on the turtle.
Oh yeah, I did. He was firing bullets like crazy.
He wanted to eat bullets.
And then stage 5 had a lot of bugs in the way. There was like one centipede that was like right on that that weird like little zigzag ledge on the
the worst spot.
Like 2nd bunker, I think. He was like standing right there, so I had to kill him. And then there was like a bunch of centipedes on the 2nd to the last pod, or the 3rd to the last pod. So I had to like double mash into that. Then there was like bugs on the ledge skip, so I had to like kill those guys.
Yeah, I believe in just completely taking my time on stage 5 in a marathon setting.
Yeah, I definitely lost a lot of time in there.
Stage 4 boss also gave you bad RNG.
Yeah. I lost some time there, lost some time in stage 3 a little bit. I got some kind of a weird twins pattern. But how about you? What was your mistakes?
Stage 2 I died trying to do something a little fancy. And then everything else was pretty solid until that snake orb. That's all I remember. I mean, of course I could have ran it smoother if I wasn't playing so safe, but you know, no huge mistakes outside of those two things from what I remember.
Yeah.
Then did you go? What happened?
Did you go for the ledge skip in stage 3?
Yeah, I went for it and I got it. I don't know any other way to do that part, so I figured I would just go with how I know.
Yeah, I went for it.
That's for the best. I don't even know how to do it. I keep forgetting.
It's not that hard, really. It's all about the when to jump, I guess. I don't think it's like frame perfect or anything, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. What's harder than the timing is making sure you're on the very end of the ledge without falling off.
Right, yeah. You want to get to the very edge of the ledge thing, and then like when it's like straight up is when you want to jump, and you should make the ledge every time.
Should.
Yeah, should. You never know. Sometimes.
Sometimes this game.
Yeah, there's ridiculous amount of RNG in this game. I think it's like 90-something% RNG.
Yeah, sometimes to just get a run going will take a long time if you're going for a real good time.
Yeah, like stage 3 and 4 are like the least RNG.
I find stage 3 is the worst for RNG. To get out of there ahead for me is so brutal, and then I just immediately choke.
For the most part, though, all the bosses act the same. There's only like one boss really that, or no, two.
That mid boss will ruin my runs.
Yeah, the twins are RNG, but everything else is pretty much the same. But yeah.
Awesome race.
Yeah, but once again, good game, Drifter. Congrats on the win.
Yeah, GG, FCJ. We'll have to do it again soon.
Oh yeah.
Maybe SGQ.
Yeah, if I can get over there.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Yeah, thanks for watching. It looks like the Super Metroid Zelda 3 randomizer next.
That sounds fun.
That'd be cool. Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, make sure to stick around. Thanks for watching again.
Yeah, later guys.
Later.